Hello guys, welcome back to Al003. And today, please like, subscribe, and share the content. And today we're going to talk about kinesthetics versus visuals, um, and the advantages of the kinesthetics. And I think it's important, you guys, because there's a lot of misinformation about this. So anyway, we developed these models in which to explain perception and how we perceive is a way of understanding. None of these are absolutes, guys. This is consciousness-based studies. So we have to use these models to incorporate a way to talk about this and work with this. So this is just one of them. But let me explain. So we have what we call signal, okay? Which, whether it be from the ether, however, but for model's sake, we're going to describe it as such. Okay, so it's exactly that, like a signal. So we have what is known as this aperture. Now, this is this opening. This is this portal to the target itself, okay, which starts very small. And that portal works as a data stream, okay? And in the beginning of the process, we make this initial puncture into the target, which is quite small. So you work with very small data bits, working your way up to more complex ideas and stuff, basically. So when this happens, you're dealing with this conscious and the subconscious aspects of the mind. So as this happens, you're getting a data stream, and you're having this basically like a ball being passed back and forth between your subconscious and your conscious mind. And in that process, you ask, you're basically evoking in the beginning very small things, what the smells are like, the taste, but what happens is you get this information, it gets processed through your mind, okay? And it's very hard to get the data without passing through the conscious mind filter, okay? Again, this is, and what I mean is your conscious mind wants to jump in and attach things to the target, add on, you know. So, but this signal also, it works, it kind of gets processed through your mind. But there's also this, what we call kinesthetic connection, where it's literally this frequency, in a sense, travels through your arm, in which this analytical filter imagine this data streams coming out, and you're trying to get the cleanest data stream, basically, in a sense, you're trying to get. But when you have this kinesthetic connection, this data, in a sense, bypasses that filter. It's a direct contact with the signal line itself, okay? So you're not going to get a closer connection to the target other than kinesthetically, okay? So let me give you an example. So, and again, this is also just to show you guys that there's not every perception has its value, okay? But certainly, at least from my perspective, the visual component isn't the most valuable asset at all. And I'll explain why. But so, okay, let's say the target is, commuter jet, and you're dealing visual concepts, because even by a visual driven methodology, to their own admission, they can only hold the picture for like 1.5 seconds. Okay, so they do their Silva mind method, and look left, and or or they press on their temples and they get their image, and they get a flash sketch of, oh, it's a plane. I saw a clear visual, and it's shooting through the sky, and let's say, so again, so the target is a commuter jet or commuter plane, okay, passengers, all that, but they sketch something like this because they saw clearly by the gestalt of their flash sketch they have a plane. And about you, on a quick glance of that looks more like a jet to me, like a almost like a an army type jet or whatever. Um, but whatever, it's pretty close, But in a less, what it can promote is a little bit of an analytical drive, because it does look visually a little like a jet. Okay, now what you'll have in CRV though, which is more kinesthetic driven, you will get your visuals in stage 4, stage 6, but you will also get, if it's done properly, again, it's a commuter plane. I hope you guys can see this. Something like this. Let's see if I can see. Okay. Which isn't the best. I've done better models, But what'll basically happen here, what's happened is, this is the power of kinesthetics with CRV, and it's really underplayed. But what'll happen is as you've worked out of stage 4, now you're going to stage 6. This is the target, this commuter jet in real time. As you're forming this with your hands, you're literally pulling out the fuselage, Boeing jets towards the back. I mean, the thrusters, tail, crosswind. We've got the fuselage. We've got rounded portals, seats. Your fingers are literally tagging every piece of material, and now you've got a model of the actual target itself. That is the power of kinesthetic draw. Now, is that on a commuter plane target more powerful than this as far as value to the remote view? I think it is. I think it absolutely is. Because also, even if you're doing CRV, you're also going to have this anyway. You're also going to have this, either kinesthetically or visually or what have you. Now, let me talk to you about the subtlety of kinesthetics. I have colleagues and friends like John Adams. He'll use a pencil sometimes because he like, it's even more kinesthetic for him. That scraping of the paper, the contact it pulls him in even tighter. I could tell the difference depending on my mood. I'll have a different pen. So this is like I think it was Ingo used the V7 or the Pilot, or very close to this, but so this is a very liquidy black ink pen, very flowy. It's a good pen, but interestingly enough, so Ingo was many things. He was a painter. This to me is almost too liquidy at times. So depending on my mood, I may use a true red black pen because it's tighter to the paper. It's more of a kinesthetic, rougher draw for me. and I could use trackers and pull out, like, basically it's like dinging out the target, like templating the target. Imagine you laid a piece of metal over the target itself and you're literally tracing it. So let me talk about this aspect now. So again, basically in a CRV methodology, ideogram stage 1, stage 2, very low level textures, tastes, smells, data. Stage 3, you're building up the dimensional quality. You're dropping into that kinesthetic quality that as you're sketching it, what you've basically done, the same thing I've done with this model, you have squished it down magically, down the target itself down to scale, smaller scale, and you're literally probing it. So it's an amazing type of ability. So what I'm saying is, let's say the target is a visual. I mean, is it a visual? A mountain. Target's a mountain. Oh, I saw a mountain. Great. You only saw it for a second and a half. Sketch it. Well, beep, beep. Now I've got the clay here, and I need to work out that mountain kinesthetically. I've got the mountain in my hand. It's not going anywhere. I'm literally, okay, this part goes up, this part goes down, there's a ridge line in here. You've shrunk that entire mountain to this palm of your hand using kinesthetics and clay. And so what do you think's going to give you a better detailed interpretation of that mountain? Some of this stuff's so obvious to me. So anyway, so again, stage 4 and stage 6. So stage 4, you're basically deep into the kinesthetic sketching, but you're also in the show me state of awareness. In CRV is stage 4 and 6. Show me, show me, show me, show me. You will always see me put up, almost all the time I'll put up, show me what's most noteworthy. It's very basic, but it does the job. It doesn't need to be super critically fancy. Show me what's the most noteworthy aspect of this target. Bam! I will see an image if it's a visual thing, and I'll sketch it in stage 4. Okay. Now in stage 6, it's moved beyond that. Now you're literally you literally have the whole target in your hand, and you could literally pull out pieces, lay it all out, separate it, put it back together. The bandwidth of that data is basically at its maximum potential. You're calling out specific high-level concepts. So I've from my experience of what I've seen with everybody else, typically are going to have visuals at some point. It's usually around this threshold somewhere. Okay, sometimes it comes a little early, but visuals, to me, it's just a matter of hanging in there for long enough to get it. And because you do get visuals early, but once you've done your training, you've separated like a AOL visual to a genuine one. But this is kind of underplayed in a lot of the military setting, and it's kind of gotten a misconception. And people out of the visual camps, like in HRVG, they just kind of ran with it as like a marketing scheme. But again, what? And again, believe me, there's much better models. Okay, this is just to serve as an example. What do you think holds the real value? So I guess my point is as remote viewing moves on, you're going to continue. There's going to be different. All these methods are fantastic. I mean, they all do great. and there's things to learn and stuff like that. But as far as the perspective of like the visual not happening in this method, and um, the visuals having some kind of supremacy over kinesthetics, it's all bullshit. Um, you're going to get visuals probably in just about any method, as long as you're sticking in the game long enough. You get to that threshold where you can start, show me what's there. So remember, kinesthetic sketching evokes, truly kinesthetic sketching evokes taste, smells, colors, textures, tangibles, high level concepts, and visuals. Okay. So that's about all I have in that. Okay. Also, I've got mystery targets coming up. I've got a group project I'm just waiting to release. It's already done, but I can't talk about it until it's done, which is really pretty good, especially considering the overlapping data. It's nice to do a project, some of these targets where you like, oh man, not only is this weird, but I've got all these other viewers that are picking up on the same stuff. So things are coming. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, like I said, please like, subscribe. Please share the content. Please stay away from guru worship and, all these frauds, or many of them, best you can. Use discernment. If you need remote viewing work done, the description is in the link, or on my YouTube channel. Also, what else? If you want to support the channel, buy me a coffee. Buymeacoffee.com is on the hyperlink. So I hope you got something out of this. Best I could do, guys, is help describe the position that you're going to be in this psychic space and help navigate it. That's all I'm trying to do. So we'll catch you next time on All 003, guys.